Broadcast live. Yes.
Oh, it is live. Hey, where is
Oh,
Christy?
she's coming. She's coming.
Hey everyone, welcome to Geek Edge Chat, and we are doing a special show to talk about the Latino Film Market virtual event from July 2nd. Whoa, July 27th to August 2nd. That's where I was getting confused. Sorry about that.
It's
And
okay.
our special guest is Arilyn.
Thank you for the invitation. And also, thank you. Like, you guys are also producing this event. So, I'm very grateful and blessed to have you joining the team. And, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
No, it is worth it. I, I was looking at the schedule that you sent us of the event on the website on latinofilmmarket.org, and like just going through the films and going through the Latinx concert and all these artists and singers and dancers, and I was like, for the past couple of weeks we have been emailing them, but like to actually see their stories or their profiles, or and to see their pictures and what they do as artists, and what films they're like bringing to the festival is amazing. It's like it brings it all together, you know. So I was like, oh wow.
So yeah, so we're excited to have you on the show. We would love to just for you to start off with like a brief overview of what like Latino Film Market is.
Sure. Thank you again. Well, basically, what we really wanted to do is offer educational panels primarily because there is so many films and so many artists, local artists or international artists that they really want to go to the next level, but sometimes they don't know. So our main thing is to say, hey, you can learn about funding here. You can learn about connecting with people that already have like a larger or older path that can also help you to reach where you wanted to go.
Right.
It's especially for our community, the Latinx community, it's really hard. And sometimes we have the resources there, but we don't utilize. And I just wanted to people say, I want to do a documentary in New York City. I want to do a documentary in Guatemala, in Puerto Rico, in Dominican Republic. But I don't know how to, or I don't know how to access funding. And being able to provide these resources for free, you know, this take me back. I know I kind of like tend to jump into topics, but this take me back when I was working on different production, different kind of budgeting, and see that it was really hard for Latinos to make things happen, and it's still hard. So if we have the resources, we have to try. We have to
Yeah.
try to apply for grants. We have to be able to ask people, hey, I'm doing this either a new album, I'm doing a new film. How can I get to the next level? And being able to have those resources, that's the main thing. And then the additional to that is that people now around the world, they're going to be able to see our culture, to see our music, to see the different dances, and to enjoy a lot of films.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
the and I what you Arilyn, what you do is amazing, because you were, like you said, you were talking about bringing out those resources to the Latinx community for free, and that's a big thing that's important,
Mhm.
because there is these opportunities, but like corporations or like other organizations won't give those resources out, or they won't give those resources out free, and people just need to know how to do things to have that available easily to them, because it's a struggle to look for stuff. It's like, oh, how do I start? It's so overwhelming, like you said. So what you do with Latino Film Market is truly amazing. So thank you for that, for the Latinx community.
Thank you. Yeah. So we actually wanted to get into some questions too, more specific questions. Before anything else, we want to hear about like, how did you choose the filmmakers? Like, what is the process? You know, you can start there, and also the artists and singers and dancers. How did you make that selection? Do you have jurors on?
Because they're really amazing. The selections.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thank you. So for the films, we have programmers. First, we brought in like around 3 programmers. They watch all the content, and then depending on the topic that we select per year, then we start making the selection, and it's about a lot about talking, and also looking for the quality and looking for the topic that we're looking on to feature that year. This year is LGBTQ plus, and we also highlighting woman stories, and that's what where the selection was going through primarily. Of course, we do have a lot of social justice component to that, but it was that, first of all, because we know how hard it's for female filmmakers to have their project out there, and it's also rough for the LGBTQ community, and we wanted to be able to have that platform for them. And yeah, I know it was a long question.
Oh no!
So
Talk.
for the dancers, and singers, so I was blessed to connect with a lot of producers when I was working as a videographer for Telemundo. So I was able to connect with different producers, and they were able to let me know, hey, I was asking because I wanted to highlight particularly women, because I feel that I love reggaeton and all that, but we don't see a lot of females, and
Yeah.
Exactly. That industry.
and a lot of what we hear on the radio, on the popular radio, it is a lot about males. So I was like, we have to do something. We have to be able to look out for women that really represent us. And these people also represent us too, but it's just I wanted to hear more what is going on right now, and be able to hear new things that are not yet probably in the radio, or that is not that popular, even though the people that we have, they've been able to present themselves in big events, but they're not always highlighted out there. And we wanted to make sure that happened. That was a lot about conversation, about talking to music producers, and also I have a blog which I write sometimes. It's not all the time because I don't have all the time for that. So when I was doing a couple of interviews, I also met artists that I really admire, and I was like, hey, come join us, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. So so it was a combination. It was a combination. We also put ads on, no ad. It was just like a form online to invite people from the community. So it was a big combination of yeah, talking to people, putting out there, making posts to be able to meet new people, and of course being able to email everybody to send us everything. Yes. So, it was a big combination. Yeah. And
It's great that this virtual event is accessible. And that's what I love about
That's a big
this,
thing,
you know,
too.
because sometimes it feels so. Some film festivals, you feel so disconnected sometimes from them. It's like sometimes it's just I go by, purchase a ticket, and go see the film. But I feel
and
like
then you're out. And that's
your
it.
event is a lot more accessible. It's a lot more welcoming. So this is what's great about it.
Oh, it is.
I did want to ask you if you have any particular films you're excited about in the film festivals, because we did want to mention, some films that we like, but do you have any in particular?
Artists,
singer,
dancers.
film?
I mean, they're all really good. I was like just reading everything, so I was just like, oh, I want to see everything.
Yeah, it's hard, but I can say that my favorite part is to for the dancers and singers is to be able to showcase Afro Latina woman and being able to have traditional dances that really, are the root of our culture. And it's like, hey, we're here. And then when you see that there's so many similarities, to like similitudes. I don't know how to say that properly. But it's like, wow, we really are one. So I really like that part. And from the film selection, my favorite are the woman stories and the LGBTQ. Yeah, we know what we're doing.
I was actually. Oh no, I was gonna say that the Latinx, the woman, Latinx woman, um, and the LGBTQ, like, I, I was looking at all the films. I was like, oh, that's such a good. Well, they're all good, but that was like such a selection that I was like, wow, I really want to check this out.
Yeah,
like we were talking about one of the films. You were talking about one of the films that you really wanted to check out.
Complexity, which is really a story about a mother and her two daughters, and her two daughters are a different complexion. One is lighter than the other, and their relationship. So I really would love to see that story, and just seeing the different themes that you have, which is about gentrification, about immigration,
Yes.
which are very important for our community. And what's great about the selections that you have is just like these stories are so connected to community, right? Which is not something we see in Hollywood right now, which is I feel like they're recycling the same type of story over and over again. So that's what I love about your film festival, is that we see a really true stories, individual stories that are new and fresh. So
Right here, Lower Manhattan Cultural Council and Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone Development Corporation, which they threw out some funding to be able to do this.
Oh, that's pretty amazing, though.
Yes.
Wow, pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
Yes.
But like to get like, yeah. So I wanted to ask like the question about like what like inspired you, I guess, in a sense. I don't know if I asked this question already, but like what
Yeah.
inspired you to like start Latino Film Market? Like if that's like a bold question to ask, I don't know.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I don't want to see more films out there that I guess I go back to planning. I really feel that a lot of filmmakers, they have great stories, and they have, and this is not only for the Latino community. This is what I'm going to say. This is for everybody. I feel that a lot of filmmakers, they only focus on pre-production, production, and post, and then they forget that you have to be able to plan for your marketing, for your distribution. You, since day one, since you have an idea already, you should be looking for depending on the level that you are, you should be able to be looking for different distribution companies that can actually buy your content so that way you can make your money back. And if you feel that there is nothing out there that you can be able to distribute your content, you can also do it yourself, but you have to be able to plan. And I'm not talking that you have to have like millions or thousands of dollars. You could do it with the resources that you have. You can go to cultural centers and put your movie. You can go to, for example, here in New York City, we have Manhattan Neighborhood Network, we have Bronx Net. There's also a local channel on Queens, there is Brick. So there are many ways for you to start developing your audience, because
Yeah.
unless you are lucky, your film can be on a big platform, but usually it takes time. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna happen.
And connection.
It's, yeah, connection, but also a lot of these platforms are looking for people to already develop an audience. So if you don't have the audience, don't feel bad, but instead plan and create your plan, year to year plan, to be able to say, hey, I'm here, this is what I'm doing. Get feedback from the people and keep producing more and more until you be able to have your own audience. And yeah, that
That's true.
I feel that the main thing is that people prepare about it. And also I want the underrepresented communities to learn about the incentive. When I talk about the incentive that a city have, for example, um, the UK, I know this is not random, but the UK you can make a movie in the UK, and they will give you the incentive. I believe it's like a 90%. So if you go to the UK and you go to film there, of course you
Yes.
have to follow the rules, right? You probably will have to have the crew from there. You're probably gonna have to shoot around 75% of the project, or you're gonna have to hire an actor from there, but you're gonna be able to get all the money that you spent back. From New York City, it's only at 35%. In Puerto Rico, used to be 50, but now because of the pandemic, it's 55. So I really want people to think about that when you're making a film, you have to be able to think about creating it's like a production company. So then when you do all this math and when you do all this spending, you will be able to secure that incentive back. So then when you finish your project, you're like, all right, I might be um I might be broke, but at least I have some 30% back. So let me put it on
Yeah.
distribution. Let me put it on. I want to put my film on Amazon Prime. Let me just throw out a little bit of promotion on YouTube, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and that way you can start moving a little bit of that money to come back to you. So so that's the main thing that I would like to people to understand a little bit, that sometimes it's not about having million of dollar, but it's how you manage your own finances and be able to do what you can with what you have. Also, we have a panel. I feel that, well, you don't get this in film school, but people should be able to learn about the trends and people should be able to learn about what other people are doing, because let's say that you have an opportunity to sell your work, or let's say Netflix or any company say, hey, you have the opportunity to go pitch to them, right? And you have a package, and they ask you, oh, how do you know that this movie or this TV show is gonna go well? And
Yeah.
we're having a workshop about data and trends, and you're like, I don't know. But if instead you actually do some homework and say, hey, let's say that you're doing a suspense action TV series like La Casa de Papel from Spain, and you're like, hey, you see La Casa de Papel, and you see this other and this other, and these people were not able to make it, but they were able to be at the top 10 worldwide. Those things, when you're going to negotiate, it will allow you to either get what you want, and also you will be able to put
Mhm.
more your your project, because you know that it is possible. It doesn't matter if where is the project, but that your idea is good, and people want it. There are also other things that you have to think about, which is this a commercial project, is this is a project for the community? All those things, it's a little bit, it
And so
it
and you'll
seems
get
hard,
all
but
those
it's not that
things in the
hard.
panel and all that information, and you'll learn skills, you'll learn tools in these panels, right?
Yes.
So that's great. I mean, this film festival, the Latino Film Market virtual event, is amazing, and I'm definitely going to participate. And I know Shirley is.
Oh no!
I was just wondering, do you have anything you want to say before we close the show?
Thank you. I'm always gonna be grateful with you guys. I hope you continue working with us for the following years. And
Definitely.
No,
thank you for the opportunity, and
definitely have
I hope everybody join us.
fun. Yeah, definitely join us, folks. The films are amazing. We've read a lot about the films in the description, and you'll be easily able to purchase tickets, which are very affordable tickets at this time for virtual events. And thank you, Arilyn, so much. Shirley.
And of course, the Latino Film Market virtual event is from July 27th through August 2nd.
Yeah.
Yay, I did not mess up this time.
And
Thank you.
We'll be doing our 80s classic, The Goonies, and Pride. Thank you, Arilyn, so much.
Thank you, Arilyn. Yay. So bye, everyone. Subscribe, like. Thanks for watching Kick-Ass Chat.